What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you another episode of Pokemon Y today. Today's episode is going to be number 12. We're taking on the Glittering Cave, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So as we're entering here, one thing to take note of is that you can use Repel all you want, but you're going to be forced into these like random Pokemon battles in these little dark spots. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot avoid it, so there's no point in doing it. You won't get attacked as a random encounter otherwise, so there's no need to use a Repel at all. You're safe to just run around, and as long as you stay away from those black spots, you won't have to face wild Pokemon. But that being said, it's a very narrow path, and you can't avoid them. So if you plan on progressing through the cave, you're going to have to get into these wild encounters. Now, heading straight is the way that we wanted to go, and the reason that I'm deviating from that path is because there's some random items. The first path that I went to the dead end there, that was going to be where you can find the Mega Stone for Kangaskhan. After the game, you do have to beat the Elite Four in order to get that. I just wanted to show where it was. I'll be back to pick it up after we defeat the Elite Four. I'll go through it again, but I just figured it would be a good idea to just kind of like show you, just so you're familiar with the area. Why not? Didn't really hurt. So a Hard Stone is going to be waiting for us over here. That is a held item that increases the power of Rock-type moves if you have a Pokemon that can benefit from that. As for the wild Pokemon that you can find here, some really cool, really interesting Pokemon. First of all, Mawile is one. Machop is going to be another one. Onix. You can also find Solrock and Lunatone. Cubone, as you saw. Machop. I think I may have said Machop already. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can also find, I believe, Ferroseed and a Woobat in the cave as well. So that is pretty cool. A little bit later on, we'll have the opportunity to use Rock Smash on a couple of things. And you can find wild, wild Pokemon in that as well. I believe Onix and Dwebble are the Pokemon that you can find through that method. So that is pretty cool, pretty good stuff, a good variety of Pokemon. Just, you know, in case you need to add somebody to your team or you just feel like it or whatever. I just feel like killing this Machop. I don't know why. I got kind of lucky there because I got a critical hit on that second dual chop, but whatever. Axew definitely needs some experience to catch up to the rest of my team. He's only at level 20. We are getting close to the next gym leader. Finally, I know, there's a huge gap in between the first and second gym leaders. As we are running into a Mawile here, which is pretty cool. Steel and Fairy typing, all that good stuff. You will not be able to Mega Evolve it until after the Elite Four, though, so I wouldn't worry about capturing one, really. I mean, you can capture one, but I wouldn't worry about training one. But anyway, TM65 is over here in the corner. Make sure you pick that up. It's Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw is a great in-game move. It's not so great competitively. I don't see it very often. I do see it occasionally, but it's not a very common move. But it's great in-game, and I might just use that. I might teach it to, like, Lucario or eventually my, like, Fracture or Haxorus later on. As you can see, Axew can't learn that until he evolves, so I'm not going to worry about it. Nothing for now, but we have an introduction here to the evil team of the game, Team Flare. What's this? Look at those suits, those shades. These people are so fashionable, it's disgusting. Well, what do we have here? A nosy little trainer has come poking around. Yep, just us meddling kids. Listen up, we're the fashionable team whose very name makes people tremble in fear. Team Flare. Team Flare's goal is to make it so we're the only ones who are happy. So you guys are basically arrogant assholes. Okay, we don't care one bit about what happens to other trainers or Pokemon. Get out of here, kid. Don't you know not to play with fire? Oh, he's asking me. Okay, so I have the option to say yes or no. And I'm going to say hell no. Getting my fancy suit dirty isn't the stylish way to do things, but if you insist, I'll obliterate you. Get him, Houndour. Well, I didn't really insist that you obliterate me, but that's taking things a little bit far, don't you think? Just a little bit too far, just a smidgen. Whatever. I do respect the fashion, though. I respect the style. They're very stylish people. So out comes the Houndour, out goes my Axew. And this thing's going to be at level 18. I'm not too worried about it because Fire-type moves are resisted by Axew. I can go straight for that Hone Claws, and I probably will be able to sweep the two Pokemon that he has I don't know if you can really consider that a sweep if it's just 2 Pokemon, but whatever. He has a similar idea. He's going to go for Howl to raise his attack, even though Houndour is usually a special attacker. But I'm going to outspeed, so Dual Chop just absolutely destroys Houndour. In fact, it only has to hit once, so I probably could have killed him on the first turn. We'll see if that's important with his second Pokemon, Zubat. Also pretty frail on the defensive side. I don't think I needed to go for that Hone Claws at all. But of course, there's always the chance that Dual Chop misses, and after Hone Claws, it will not miss. So that part is good. You know, I don't know. I could have gotten hit by like a Supersonic or something with that Zubat if I missed. So there's always that to consider. So not bad. Not bad at all. We're going to have a couple more battles with Team Flare before we get out of this cave. So that is pretty cool. I love the music. I really do. I admit that I didn't really like it the first time I heard it. The first couple of times that I heard it, but it's really grown on me, and I guess it's just from I don't know what the hell I was going to say with an R there. I just started to say something, I don't know what it was. I really don't. But it really started to grow on me with Wi-Fi battles, I think. I like to select that music for some reason, and apparently it just grew on me, and now I'm like, yeah, Team Flare music. Alright. So I used Rock Smash there. And yeah, Wild Onix. I know you can find Dwebble here, and that's what I'm really looking for. I'm hoping to capture one before we get out of here, because it's really one of the only Pokemon from this cave that I haven't captured. Off screen, I captured Cubone, Machop, Onix, Rhyhorn, Mawile, Kangaskhan, and Lunatone, I believe. So I just needed Solrock and Dwebble. Ferroseed and Woobat, I'm not really too worried about. There's a lot of other caves where you can find those Pokemon. So that really doesn't concern me. A lot of the Pokemon that are in here, though, it can only be found here. So if you want them, or you're thinking about adding them to your team or something, I definitely would grab them now, because coming back here is kind of a chore, because you're going to have to use the Rhyhorn again. So it's kind of annoying, honestly, to come back here. So I would just get everything that you can while you're here. So, looks like his health is going to be down low enough, so let's try to capture him with a Pokeball. And, oh wow, okay, that did not work out the way I wanted to at all. So he's going to get another Rock Blast off, and hopefully he doesn't kill Axew here. That's 2 hits with Rock Blast, so Axew stays alive, but he did not even stay in for 1 shake of that Pokeball. So let's switch in Ivysaur, and we can put him to sleep with Sleep Powder, and that should make for an easy capture. And I should be able to take a Rock Blast, but he ends up going for the Withdrawal, and that's fine by me, because I'm not going to be attacking him anyway. So let's see here. Not Bag. Let's go for the Sleep. Oh, I don't have any PP left in Sleep Powder because of all those Pokemon that I was catching off screen like I was telling you about. Okay, I guess we just have to go for another Pokeball. So that was a waste of a switch, other than to just preserve Axew, I guess. And oh wow, now he's going to stay in. So the first time that I throw a Pokeball, he doesn't even stay in for 1 shake. The second time, he stays in like it's nothing. After taking no more damage, he doesn't have status condition. What the hell? He was just playing games with me. That's what that was. That was a sick and twisted mind game. Rock in Pokemon. Okay, Bug and Rock. I'm not interested in using Dwebble or Crustle, but I did want to capture one for the Pokedex. So let's see. I kind of need to heal up Axew now, so I've got a bunch of potions. I bought a whole bunch, so might as well use them. Why not? Because we have another battle coming up with a Team Flare Grunt here. And this one, I believe, is female, so we get to see the female outfit. Pretty much the same exact thing. She's got, like, the pigtail thing going on, which is great, I guess. Still with the stylish suit. Pretty awesome. So she's going to send out a level 18 Gulpin, and Gulpin is very bulky. It has a lot of HP, and it has decent defenses on top of that. So I'm not going to be able to kill it off with just a Dragon-type move. Dual Chop's not going to kill it, so I have to go for that Hone Claws, but he goes for the Yawn, which sucks, because now I either need to switch or just end up being put to sleep. If he goes for Yawn again, then I'm screwed. So, I don't know. I don't know what I want to bring in here. I'd rather just kill him and not worry about getting poisoned or anything like that. So I'm going to stay in, go for that Dual Chop. I know it'll kill with the attack boost. And yeah, Gulpin goes down, so that's great to get a little bit of experience there. Axew's almost up to level 21, which is awesome, but I'm going to fall asleep, and that sucks. Electrike is going to be coming in, and I'm just going to stay in here with Axew. I don't really think that this thing can do anything to me. I need to just hope and pray that he does not go for a Thunder Wave while I go for the Awakening here. If he goes for Thunder Wave, I'll be pissed. But no, he goes for the Leer. I guess I should say she. This is a she, and all the Pokemon have been females. So she goes for the Leer, which is fine. I am going to outspeed because I'm, 2 levels higher. And Electrike's going to go down to 1 Dual Chop, which is great. That's going to be the end of that battle. No static paralysis for me. That may have just been a Lightning Rod Electrike anyway. But nonetheless, that's the end of that battle. So that actually turned out to be not too bad. I didn't take any damage. I just had to use an Awakening, and I am perfectly okay with that. So let's use Rock Smash here. I did teach it to my Shinobi because why not? Why not? I mean, it still had Growl on it, and let's be serious, I'm never going to use that ever, so Rock Smash isn't that bad. And like I said, it's a TM, so I can just delete it for something else anytime that I want, and I'm not going to be using Rock Smash that much, so I'm not really that worried about it, to be honest. So it looks like there's no hidden items or anything around here. I'm not going to worry about that Rock Smash area. I'm not just going to break open every rock. It's not worth it. But it looks like we have a double battle coming up here. We were looking for fossils, but discovered a kid. Well, that's kind of corny. Oh, hey, look, it's Serena. Where have you been? There are 2 members of Team Flare. Yeah. Way to be observant. Well then, are you ready to team up and battle them? Duh. I just fought with another one of these Team Flare guys. Ah, you beat the same guy that I did. Ha ha. If you just want to make people in Team Flare happy, why don't you just do that? She has a point, She has a point. But if you're going to go around threatening other people, we won't let you get away with it. Yeah, damn straight. Preach it, girl, preach it. Alright, let's get into this double battle. And it's going to be Scraggy and Croagunk as our opponents. So, 2 fighting types. And she's going to have Esper. That's a new Pokemon. I don't think I've seen that on her team yet. So I've got Axew here, and I'm going to go straight for the Dual Chop on Croagunk. I know I can kill it. It has pretty just average physical defense. So he does go down very easily to that Dual Chop. Thankfully it hits. Now we just have to worry about that Scraggy, and I'm pretty sure I might be able to kill it in 1 hit. If not, I can definitely kill it in 2. Esper is going to be a waste of space and just go for the Light Screen. And yeah, awesome, awesome. Scraggy goes right for the Brick Break to get rid of the Light Screen. So you just completely wasted your time. I don't think I can kill with a Dual Chop there, and I didn't want to waste a turn missing. So I went for the Dragon Rage, and Covet almost killed Scraggy. It leaves him with 1 HP. Goes for the Feint Attack on Esper. It's super effective, but he survives. Thankfully, that Esper survives. We can finish it off with an Assurance. It's like quad resist, but it does not matter because it had 1 HP. So that's pretty much it for that battle. That was not too bad. I hate being in double battles with computer players because they just do all kinds of stupid shit like Light Screen on a Scraggy. Awesome. My favorite fashionable Team Flare suit is Filthy. If we can restore fossils, we can make some good money. Are you guys just making random statements? There's like no synergy to this conversation at all. So I think that was the last battle that we had to do in here. Yeah, it is. What is this? An escape rope. So that will make for an easy exit after we finish up business with this assistant here. And here comes Serena. Lagging behind as usual. Did you find him? Yep, here he is. Just hanging out in his white coat. Why, hello. Here to look for fossils as well? Are you okay? Did Team Flare come here? I'm going to say no. Team Flare? Team Flare? What? What's that? A Pokemon? Right, don't worry about it. Oh, this guy's a little bit ditzy, huh? It looks like he was completely absorbed in looking for fossils. You two are very lucky. I just now found 2 fossils. Let me guess, you're going to let us choose between them. But they're both ones I already have, so I'll give 1 to each of you. So yes, of course, decide very carefully. There's the Jaw Fossil or the Sail Fossil. The Jaw Fossil is going to be Tyrant. The Sail Fossil is going to be Amara. And I'm going to be choosing Amara, the Sail Fossil. It's going to be a Rock and Ice type as opposed to the Rock and Dragon type Tyrant. And yeah, you guessed it. Amara is going to be the 5th member of our team. So I haven't really used one of these yet. It has an absolutely horrific typing, and that's why it sucks competitively. Not to mention its stats are pretty bad as well, but I love the design on this thing, so I really want to use it. So I'm going to, so too bad. Well, we went looking for the assistant, and we found that suspicious group called Team Flare as well. I guess I should train more so I can travel safely with those Team Flare people running around. Yeah, they're kind of crazy, huh? In that case, I guess the best thing to do would be challenge the Sillage City Gym. And as was mentioned before, the easiest way to get there is going to be through the aquarium in Ambret Town, so we need to head back there. So let's just go ahead and use our escape rope, because I had a couple and I picked up a couple on the ground. So yeah, that gets us out of there very easily. We do have to ride the Rhyhorn all the way back, which kind of sucks. But it shouldn't take too long, especially since we're not stopping for items or anything. We can just go straight there, you know, just blowing up the boulders as we go. Which is great. So next time we should be able to take on the Sillage City Gym, or come close to it. I'm going to see where things end up here. But what I want to do at the end of this episode, I could call it an episode here, but what I want to do is go back to the fossil museum and revive that sail fossil. Just so I can do some training off-screen, maybe. And actually, maybe not. I don't know, but I still want to revive the fossil for sure. Another thing to keep in mind is that in the cave, in the back part where we found the assistant, where all the rocks were for rock smashing, you can find, whatchamacallits, yeah, that thing, those things, Old Amber there. And if you revive that, you can revive it into an Aerodactyl, which is great news, especially because we're just about to get the Megastone for Aerodactyl as well. You can't use it yet. We're kind of close to where you can use Megastones, but yeah. So if you want to use a Mega Aerodactyl or just Aerodactyl in general, yeah, definitely attempt to get that. It kind of might take a while. Honestly, the first time that I tried to get Old Amber in the back of Glittering Cave, it took me maybe like 15 or 20 minutes of just rock smashing stuff, so it kind of was a long time, but it's worth it. Aerodactyl is a great Pokemon, so... Alright, when we come back into the Fossil Museum here, the assistant is standing behind the desk, where previously there was nobody, and if you talk to him and you have a fossil, he will restore it for you, and give you the Pokemon. So he's going to give us Amara, and this is great because I believe Amara comes at level 20, and that pretty much just fits into our team very nicely as far as levels go. I think Axew's at level like 21 or something. So we don't have too much training left to do. Looks like it's going to have a timid nature, which is, I guess, okay. Amara is actually pretty slow. So I guess that's alright. Comes with Icy Wind, Takedown, Mist, and Aurora Beam, all of which are pretty decent moves. It does have the ability Refrigerate, which increases the power of normal type moves by 30% and then changes their type to Ice. So Takedown would actually be an Ice type move. Interesting stuff. So make sure you talk to this guy before we head out of here, because he will give you the Aerodactylite. And if you wanted to use that, yeah, you want to make sure you pick it up, of course. And Mega Aerodactyl is actually pretty awesome Mega, honestly. He's pretty freaking awesome in UU. From what I've seen, I actually haven't used one competitively. I want to. So once I get back into Wi-Fi battling, I definitely am going to try one out, as well as experiment with some other ones as well. Let's see here. This is the aquarium, so this is what's going to lead us over to the bottom section of Route 8, and then eventually Sillage City. The bottom section of Route 8 isn't really as bad as the top section, and the top section isn't that bad to begin with. There's no grass or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Just a couple of trainers, and that's pretty much it. So it shouldn't take us too long. This guy here will give you an Old Rod, so if you want to catch some Magikarps, or Love Disc, which is pretty much the only options that you have as far as catching Pokemon with an Old Rod. Yeah, you want to make sure you pick that up. I love to use the Old Rod to do some grinding, you know, for heart scales later on for the move reminder. So that would be my recommendation. But I think we're going to call it an episode here. We're approaching 20 minutes, so we got done everything I wanted to in this episode. In the next episode, we'll finish this part of Route 8, get to Silage City, probably do some exploring, and then get ourselves ready. Yes, get ourselves ready for our second gym battle of the game. But thank you very much for watching, folks. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because it helps out a lot. And I will see you next time for the next episode. But until then, game on.